Hey everybody, it's Dave Mattis from RE/MAX at Reading and the Dave Mattis team, and I am here today with our buyer specialist, Dave Renninger. At the team, we decided that we wanted to do like a little team member spotlight for everybody on the team, so we decided we would start this off with Dave Renninger. So what Dave does is, he's a buyer specialist for our group, so I'm going to let Dave talk a little bit. Why don't we start off with your the community stuff that you do first.
Okay. I live in Berks County. I spent my entire life in Berks County, and I'm very active in the Amity Township Lions Club. I'm also very active in St. Paul's Lutheran Church. So I am community oriented that way, and try to help out where I can.
Yeah, as is I think the whole team. So being a buyer specialist, so what does that mean for a buyer or seller that comes to us and says, hey, I'm ready to sell my house, and oh, by the way, I need to go buy another one?
Well, what that means to the buyer is that all my efforts are concentrated on helping them find a place. I'm not worried about trying to get a house sold, because all I do 24/7 is work with buyers. So whether that's helping them find a house, which a lot of the buyers can do fairly well online, but setting up times to go see them, and once we find a house that we like, negotiating the sales price, working on inspections, and oftentimes that means another negotiation after that.
Absolutely.
So I can devote my entire energies to just the buying process.
Right, and the whole process leading, and even though we have a transaction coordinator, we actually use someone in our office that takes it from agreement to closing. You don't go away. I mean, you're there every step of the way.
Oh, yes, most definitely. I want to be hands-on during the inspection process. I like to go to all the home inspections because another set of eyes can certainly help interpret what an inspector may point out. It helps us when we have to reply to the sellers if we need some work done. And I attend all my settlements, and I'm very active in making sure things are going smoothly between the buyer and the lender, because sometimes that can go sideways, and we have to keep everything together.
Well, okay, all right. So there's a couple other things I want to touch on. So for the lender, a lot of people need a mortgage lender recommendation up front, whether they've bought 10 homes or bought one or no homes. So how do you handle that? That's one of the first things you do.
Okay, yes, I make sure that when I'm working with someone that if they are not pre-qualified, we have a list of lenders that we have dealt with in the past and we know give good service, and that ultimately is the important thing, is making sure we can get to the closing table successfully. Like I said, we have a handful that I can certainly refer to the buyer.
So getting a pre-approval, that actually means something, which is a big help. So two other things I wanted to touch on. You mentioned the fact that you've been from Berks County your whole life. You know the area real well. So again, there really aren't too many areas that you haven't served.
That's correct. I've sold houses almost any part of Berks County, and not just Berks County. I'm working with a couple right now. We're getting ready to put an offer in on a property up in Schuylkill Haven. Sold a house in Lancaster County, Montgomery County, Lebanon County. So yeah,
pretty much.
I'll do whatever's necessary to put someone into a house.
And that he will. So we basically follow the referral. So the last thing I wanted to touch on, you mentioned about people searching for homes on their own, and we know that everybody has access to the internet and all the apps like Zillow and Trulia, Realtor.com, etc. But with our MLS, first of all, that's where all that information comes from. Comes from our MLS. So just talk a bit about removing the worry, let's say, of missing something. So in other words, if someone's shopping with you, they're getting every property that's out there.
Well, yeah, even if someone is searching, the Trulia's, Realtor.com, Zillow's, the big three, as we refer to them, I also like to set up a search within the multi-list system directly. And how that helps the buyer is that gives them the information sometimes sooner than what they would see till it hits Zillow or Trulia. And in this market right now, being prompt when a house is on the market is very, very important. So even if I send them a property that they've seen elsewhere, that certainly doesn't hurt. It's better to have seen a house twice than not at all.
Correct, so you won't miss something. So there you have it. There's Dave Renninger, buyer specialist for the Dave Mattis team. Hope you found this interesting, and thank you very much.